And welcome back to the Paddy Power Sports Network. I'm Pat Williams with Kenny White. Hey, week 2 in the NFL. That's American football for all of my friends across the sea. Kenny, a couple games we're going to talk about today I'm very excited about. But before we get to the games, a reminder, we're going to tell you how to win a 50-pound free bet at the end of this segment from PaddyPower.com. Kenny, let's get right into the first game. The brothers Manning, an amazing football family. This should be a great game. Giants hosting the Broncos. And right now at Paddy Power, we've got the Giants catching 4.5 points at home with a total of 55.
Yeah, amazing. The Manning Bowl, and both brothers last week threw for over 450 yards. Eli 450 exactly. And Peyton, you saw the Monday night game, or the Thursday night game, 462, tremendous, 7 touchdowns. Ties a record that hasn't been set since 1968.
Now we've got these teams playing fast. We've got a 55 as the total match total. Does that number shock you a little bit, 55 this early in the season?
Well, now after I just brought up the passing yards, these two combined for over 900 passing yards last week. They both throw the football. It's the new age NFL. They go up and down, and it's hard to stop these offenses.
All right, let's talk about the defenses for both teams. In their opening week games, neither defense played all that well.
Well, you're right about Denver was up against a weaker Baltimore offense. The Giants were up against a pretty good Dallas offense. It was their turnovers, 5 turnovers in the game, minus 5 turnovers. That's why Dallas stayed in the game, and that's why Dallas racked up some offensive yardage because of the Giants' offense, really.
All right, we got the Giants at home catching points, 4.5 to be exact. Who do you like in this one?
Well, the most misleading box score last week was the Giant game. The Giants lose the game 36-31, but when you dig deep in the box score, I came out with a box score final. If I never watched the game and looked and took all the turnovers out, I had the Giants winning that game 40-24 by 16. I think there's a ton of value on this game. I think this game would only have been 3 at the most, Denver, and I think it could have been really pick 'em in that range. So I think the Giants have a lot of value getting points at home.
Hey, let's hit them with the money back special, Kenny. If the last touchdown is 25 yards or more, Paddy Power will refund all losing match handicap bets on that match. Now, let's get to the big game of the weekend. In my estimation, we've got Seattle hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Kenny, before we get to the numbers, many say these are the 2 best teams in the National Football League.
Well, we talked about Denver already. Denver's right there in that conversation. With these 2, though, those are the 3 best teams in the NFL. Both these coaches are outstanding. Jim Harbaugh is 22-13 ATS with a huge winning record, and Pete Carroll's 31-20. So these guys know how to cover spreads besides winning games.
We've got Seattle, a 3-point home field favorite. The total in this game sitting at 44. Kenny, Seattle at home, the best home field in the National Football League. They were 8-0 last year, 7-1 against the spread. Is there a tougher place to play in America right now?
No, Seattle is number 1 right now. I've been giving, on average for years, about 3 points for home advantage. I'm giving 4 now for Seattle. Don't think I can give 4 in this game versus San Francisco, but against an ordinary team, it's worth 4, maybe even more for Seattle. That's how strong this home field is.
Russell Wilson, a mid-round draft pick. He comes in last season. He takes the starting job from Matt Flynn. How about his record against the spread? 13-5 last year as a starter and 1-0 this season. So 14-5 against the number as an NFL starting quarterback.
Well, he's the new age NFL quarterback, a dual threat guy that has got a cannon for an arm and has the legs to move the chains when he has to. It's exciting to watch these young guys play as well as they have. He's more comfortable at home as well. He should have a big game here.
Revenge on the mind of San Francisco. The last time they played here, Kaepernick, his worst game as a pro, they get beat 42-13. Are they thinking about that game at all?
There's no doubt they're thinking about that game. They didn't really need that game at that time, and Seattle did, so it was a huge game for Seattle. But I'm telling you, San Francisco remembers that loss. They'll be ready for this one. And obviously, this game gets a leg up. You've got a leg in the tiebreaker situation between the 2 teams, whoever wins this game.
Kenny, let's talk about this week's Stat Attack.
Colin Kaepernick replaced Alex Smith at quarterback in Week 10 of the 2012 season. Since that time, the 49ers are 11-1 to the over, 92%. Colin is their quarterback.
Congratulations to last week's 50-pound free bet winner, Mr. Richard Tinley. He brings home the money, from PaddyPower.com. Hey, you want to win 50-pound free bet this week? All you have to do, go to Twitter at Paddy Power, use hashtag PPSN, and predict the first score, the first touchdown score, that is, in the Denver Broncos New York Giants game. For Kenny White, I'm Pat Williams. Good luck on all your bets in American football and the NFL, and we'll see you right back here next week on the Paddy Power Sports Network.